Gun sense.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Gun sense.
When do we want it?
Now.
Louder. What do we want?
Gun sense.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Gun sense.
When do we want it?
Now.
And I have a very simple question for everyone gathered here today. Is it time for more sensible gun legislation in California?
Yes.
More importantly, is it time for sensible gun legislation across this country?
Yes.
I want to hear you say yes one more time so Congress can hear it 3,000 miles from here.
Yes.
I love it. I love seeing people turn our anger and our frustration and our fear and our cries, I get it, into action, because this is what we absolutely must do. And I'm with you. I'm with you every step of the way, because even though California has some of the strongest gun safety legislation in the country, as was mentioned just a moment ago, there's more that we can do. There's more that we must do.
My heart breaks for our country because even after the Columbine shooting, Virginia Tech, Sandy Hook, Pulse, Las Vegas, and so many others, we continue to see the number of mass shootings in our country grow and grow. Not only have mass shootings increased, but gun violence continues to grow. 96 Americans die by gun per day. So why haven't we done anything to end this horrifying gun violence epidemic? Why are we letting our kids go to school at risk for death? Some politicians nationwide are harassing the students leading this movement because we don't know what we're talking about. Frankly, speaking for myself and for many students across the United States, we do know what we're talking about.
AB 2103 is our bill to establish minimum concealed carry requirements in California. Some of you may know that in this state, we actually have a maximum. You cannot require more than 16 hours of training before being issued the right to be able to walk around in public with a loaded gun. And we don't have a minimum in this state. And what that means is that in some jurisdictions like my own, where our sheriff, I think, does the right thing and makes sure that we do have sensible standards for people who are allowed to walk in public with a gun, that is not true across California. And that needs changing.
You see, on October 3rd, 1996, at 2:48, a .38 caliber entered my family's home, and I received 5 gunshot wounds. You see, I received these 5 gunshot wounds in front of my 4-month-old daughter and my 1.5-year-old son. My great aunt and my ex-boyfriend's mother. You see, unfortunately, he completed suicide on the scene. And that has been 21 years later. I have been living with those 5 bullets. My kids have struggled every day. I'm grateful to be here today, but I'll never forget the moments that I laid in that coma for several weeks when I had needles from my head to my feet. I had bullets still moving through my body. Bullets flew over my children's head while I laid in that coma thinking about my babies. I didn't know if they had made it. But I'm so grateful that they're here today. And the reason I'm here today is because we definitely need common sense gun laws.
That is what is happening too often across this country. And while some stories get more attention than others, all of them are tragedies, California tragedies, American tragedies that need a response that is more than a tweet, that is more than thoughts and prayers. And so that's why we are here today.